Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 coming at you with another Transformers video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Doctor Wu Giant Claw, and this is their black zarak version of the mini Scorponok mold. So first we will take a quick look at the box. Got some nice artwork there of Giant Claw. On this side we get a little preview of his Scorpion mode. On this side we get more of the robot mode. On this side is just logos, legal jargon, and then on the back we do get a preview of his city mode. So there is that. And we do also get his lovely instructions. And I do have one issue regarding the instructions here. The beginning of the instructions show him packaged in his cube mode, but he comes packed in robot mode. So you can figure out these because, you know, it's robot to scorpion, scorpion to city, but you have to sort of reverse these to get to the cube, and it doesn't show all the angles. It was rather confusing. I did figure it out, and I will explain it properly, but that is definitely something I have to mention. That is an issue. But there are the instructions. And you do also get a little paper card, collector's card. There's that artwork again, and then on the back we have our tech specs. So there's that. But now we'll actually take a look at the figure, and he is a very neat little dude. He does come with all of his accessories. He does have the little claw shield. He does have his big red spear. He's got his guns. He does have, I don't actually know what this guy's name is. I haven't ever actually looked. But you do get this little dude. You do also get Zarak, the headmaster, is in here. So there is that. And we will go over that in a little bit, but just showing that he does actually come out. And yeah, so very neat. And he does have his nice painted details, which I believe for the most part do match the G1 toy. We'll be able to compare that in a little bit. Come on, grip the gun. I don't know why I'm bothering with that. Then you can do other stuff with it. But yeah, you can put the sword, or not the sword, the spear in his claws, and the gun as well. And the gun, as you can see, does have some peg holes on it. So if you want, he does have a peg hole on each claw, or a peg on each claw that folds up and down. So if you want, you can just fold this up and just peg that on, and he can hold the gun that way. Unfortunately, there's not really a spot for the spear, but, well, there is this one, but it is kind of like a weird spot. I just prefer to have him hold it, honestly. Let's see what else. I guess we could talk about articulation. First of all, the pinchy bits on the shield do actually move, so there is that. Everything's popping off on me. And he does have moving horns, so you can angle those how you so choose for your own personal posability. Head does rotate. Doesn't do 360 because of the backpack, unfortunately. All the cannons can move up and down, and they are on a peg, so they can rotate if I actually get this in the shot. So there's that. The arms are on a ball jointed shoulder, so you get 360, you get all the way out, and the shoulder does actually move for transformation, so you can get some elevation there. We do get a elbow swivel, and we do get 90 degrees, maybe a little under 90 at the elbow. And again, the claws are slightly articulated. They can open up and close about, we're just going to leave that off. Can open up that wide, and obviously they close all the way. So there is that. We do get a waist. Again, it's only limited by the backpack. We get ball jointed hips, so we get plenty of movement there. Nice high kicks, some back kick, side kick. We do get a very deep knee bend. So there's that. We do actually get ankle tilt a little bit there, and some back and forth at the foot. So yeah, some pretty solid articulation there. And I gotta go ahead and take this guy off. So I think that's everything to talk about to start. I do want to do a size comparison here with, where is he? There he is. There he is with my knockoff G1 Black Zarak from Toys Star. So, and you can see how he stacks up here. And yeah, they did a pretty good job capturing all the sticker details, you know, now comparing them side by side. So, very nice. Alright, you get out of here. Alright, so let's go ahead and transform him into his scorpion mode. So first of all, we're going to take the spear out of his hand, and then first things first, we want to come back here and unfold this whole assembly, and we are going to rotate it around and bring it down. Then we're going to come here to the arms and rotate them up like so. Rotate them up like so. Just kind of bring them up on the elbow here a bit. You can sort of pose them how you want. Oh, I forgot to mention that the claws do have a joint here, mostly for the scorpion mode, but that is something you can use. Then we are going to take the bottom guns off and set them down. And we're going to come here to the back of his legs and fold out the little scorpion legs. Just straighten those out. And then we're going to come here, and you want to grip his thigh and his lower leg, and then you're going to slide the leg over. Do the same on the other side. You want to just slide it in, and that way they can reach and peg together. Then going to come back here and open up his panel and fold his foot in, and then we're going to close that. Same on the other side. You're going to open it up, fold it in, close it up, and then we want to rotate his waist around, and then we are going to fold this over at the knee, and these pegs on these golden panels are going to plug into this little hole in the back of his thighs. So we want to, and it is double jointed, so you want to make sure you move both joints and get that lined up and get that pegged in. There we go. Do want to move these cannons to face forward while I'm thinking about it. And then you are going to take this little panel here on his crotch. You're going to open it up. It's on a little armature, and you want to straighten it out, because that little hole there is going to tab on to this post here. And you do kind of have to finagle it to get it quite lined up, because this has to sort of sit at an angle for it to really get in there. And see if it'll cooperate. And it'll probably pop off here and there, but it is what it is. Then we can pull this whole section up, bring it out on a double hinge. Then we're going to fold out this piece here, and then fold out this little silver piece. Come on. Usually it doesn't give me too much trouble. There we go. And that is his scorpion stinger there, like that. And then you can just sort of angle these scorpion legs to be a little bit angled so that it looks like, you know, they're in the proper walking stance. And, yep, see, it already came undone. See if I can get it back on there. Yeah, that comes undone pretty easy. Now, for the cannons that you took off, you want to put them into these pegs here on his shins, or these post holes, I should say. I always get those mixed up. So now he has those. As far as the spear goes, you just fold the handle here at this hinge. There are these two square holes here, and those will go onto these two square pegs here on the tail, like so. Then as far as the gun, you can just plug that onto his claw again. And then as far as this guy, there's not really anything to do with him, so I usually just leave him pegged on over here like that. But it's up to you what you want to do. I also tend to take the headmaster out at this point, and he does have his chest that opens up, and you can see he has the little power meters there. They're not like painted differently like on the original toy, but they are there. But yeah, usually I put the headmaster in. Oop. Come on. I stick him in this hole in the chest and hide him there like that. So that's how I do the scorpion mode. How you choose to do it is up to you, but that is essentially how you get from there. And we will do a comparison here. I'm gonna have to get up for this. Because there's only one other black zarak I have, and it's this one. Here he is compared to the Titan. Definitely Mega versus Mini. There you go. Okay. Now we are going to move on to his city mode. So what we're going to do first is we are going to take the gun and the spear off again. I'm also going to take this little buddy off, open this up, and get the headmaster out, put them all to the side. And now what we're going to do is we are going to fold the tail back up, fold the silver piece in, fold the gold piece in, then fold this whole assembly back underneath, and we can just bring this back up. And then the arms we want to straighten out and fold the cannons flush. Make sure his claws are closed up. We are going to take off the little shield. And then what we want to do is, I believe we fold the horns in. I think we got it, yeah. Rotate the arms around, and then we want to fold them. I think I might be doing this wrong. Hold on. There's a lot of steps to remember, so forgive me if I get a little mixed up. I do believe we want to bring this forward. I know we want to split the legs. Yeah, we want to split the legs, and we want to fold them. We want to make sure the scorpion legs are sitting straight up, parallel with the thigh. I do know that. And then we unpeg this, fold this out. And we want to make sure that the sticker parts, or the painted parts in this case, are facing forward. We do want to... Oh, yeah, no, that is right. I want to fold these panels out. And then we want to come here to the feet. And we want to bring them out a little bit so we can untab this little panel. And do that on the other side as well. Yeah, I think we do actually want these like this. I believe we fold this down. Okay, I'm gonna check the instructions real quick, because yeah, like I said, there's a lot of steps to remember here, and city mode is the one that I like mess with the absolute least. Okay, yeah. I was remembering right. We're good. Okay, so yeah, you want to flatten this out over that. We're going to bring this down like that, and that'll create that ramp. We do want to have these up, but we do need to remove these cannons on the arms. We're going to bring these up. Then we do also want to take these parts off here, and then we want to rotate these around, because then we're going to put these on the back of his hands. And for some reason, one of mine, I don't remember which side it was, you can see that there's two holes, and one is for most of the modes, the other one is for the cube mode, the bottom one is for the cube mode. But for some reason, one of the sides always pops off when I try and use the bottom one, so I just have to mention that, because I'm going to be putting it in the wrong spot later, because it won't stay on if I use the right one. So there's that. Then I know we want to take the shield piece, and there's a little divot there at the bottom that's going to go into this little bit right here, like so. I'm trying to... Oh, crap. Sorry, bumping the table. I'm trying to remember where the other cannons go. It's slipping my mind. I think they go on the hands, but I could be wrong. Okay, yeah, they do. Yeah, the other two cannons go on the sides, like so. And like so. Come on, stay on there. That connection is pretty small, so it can come off pretty easy. Then we're going to take the gun, and we want to separate these. And you want to take the big red piece, and you're going to, yeah, you want to fold this over. Then you're going to plug it on here like so. And then this side, you want to plug this hole on like so. And then I don't think it actually says anything about where to put the spear, so I think I usually like put it on the arm somewhere, but I'll double check again just to be sure. Like I said, this is the mode I use the least, and I forget things. Okay, yeah, it's just straight up not mentioned in the instructions what to do with the spear in this mode, so yeah, I usually just like plug it on somewhere. I think I usually plug it on the back. Trying to remember where I usually put it. Alright, I think I usually actually plug it. Yeah, there's this little slot right here. And this tab, I put it like this. Cannon. Yeah. I'm just gonna take this off real fast. Yeah, I usually just tab it on like this, and put it on here, put it on here like so, and there we have him in his little mini city mode, and it is adorable. And then of course we can bring these two in, And this guy folds down, and he actually does have moving arms. They're one piece, but there is that. Make sure he's sitting flat. And then there's this little dude who, again, I don't remember his name. Fold him up at the waist, and you want to rotate his arms so that there's no collision there. And no, got these backwards. There's that, and then you fold up his little feet, and there you have him in his robot mode. And now your city has people in it. So adorable. I love it. So yeah, forgot to grab a good comparison for this one, but I do have their Dr. Wu's Metroplex. So there's how he stacks up, and here's a Dr. Wu Seeker that I'm holding for a different review. So, and now we'll get into our final mode, which is the cube. So we're gonna take everything off. Take this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And once you have everything off, first thing you're going to do is you are going to fold up this again. You do want to come here down to the legs. You want to fold these ramps back in, close up these panels, and you do want to close these back together. You are going to fold the legs up like so. You're going to rotate the waist back, then you're going to come here and you're going to rotate this sideways. Pretty sure that's the right way. And then, yeah, you want to rotate the legs like so, and you are going to come here to the crotch piece again. You're going to bring that out, and you want to fold it all the way around and underneath. And actually did that too far. Hold on. You want it to basically be flush at the bottom, sorta. So there's that, and you'll notice that there is a actual hinge here. Actually, I think I'm supposed to be using that for this. So, no, that's not right. Forgot what that's for. Nope. That's not what I meant to do. Get that in there. Then the arms, I believe we want them positioned like so. Right. Bring these out. You do want to fold the horns out, and you want to open up the head cavity. You can see that his little horn here, there's a little slot in the back of his head that it'll fold around and tab into. And you just fold the horns all the way down. Then, again, yeah, I'm pretty sure we want these sideways. No, actually, we want the back of the hands facing upwards, I remember. Because we're going to do something with that. Alright, so now, first things first, we do want to put two of the cannons here in these post holes on his shoulders. Actually, I forgot, we do want to put this little dude back in his head. And he does actually peg in with two little holes here on the bottom. You can see there's two little posts there. So we want to do that. Fold these back over. Then we want to come back here. We do want to put the gun back together. So let's see, make sure I'm doing this right. This one. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. How long has that been there? I had no idea that peg was there. How am I not remembering how to put this back together? Should be right. There's two holes here. Herpaderp. There we go. So put the gun back together. We do need the handle folded down. Then what we're going to do is we are actually going to plug these two holes onto these two posts on the feet, like so. And like a lot of this stuff here is the stuff that was confusing because it only shows you from the very front in the instructions. Now these are supposed to go on here like so, and the way they line up, oh yeah, see how it literally just, it's actually the top one, not the bottom one. So I have to put it on the wrong one, and now you see it sticks out too far. But if I don't, it'll just fly off. So it is what it is. But there's that. And then, well, I'll just leave that for now. This piece, we are going to fold these two wing pieces down. And there are little tabs here on the sides of the arms. Let's see if I can get that there. And that'll tab in here like so, and that, as you can see, will go onto here, where everything will start wiggling around again. Okay. What is that? This one was supposed to. What the heck? I know that's where that goes, but it's sitting too high. Crap. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nope, that was wrong. These fold in. There's the tab hole right there. And then this can secure on there. Sure it all tabs together properly. And oh, damn it! Almost forgot that I'm actually supposed to plug the gun on with these two tabs here first. Wait, am I doing this right? Yes, I am. Okay. It's being mean to me. So before I forget, this dude, transform him back into his little tank mode. Actually, no, we're supposed to leave him flattened out. That little peg hole goes over this. Oh my god. This post right here. Like, you can't even see this on the instructions. It just says that you remove him from the back. So it's really giving me a hard time right now. Come on. Would you stop? Oh, right. I think you're supposed to, yeah, you're supposed to fold the horns down forward. See, half of it's the toy fighting me, half of it's the instructions being wrong, and the other half is me being stupid. See? See what I mean? Oh, yeah. Okay. You come back. Peg you on here. Am I doing that wrong? Pretty sure this is. No, because it's supposed to wrap around, isn't it? Oh, no. That was right before. This goes over here. Because these square pegs take the spearhead off, and you come to these, confused. Alright, this pegs into this. This is going to be such a bad video. That plugs together like that. The head of the spear, take that, plug it over here onto the gun. Bring this down. And yeah, I do have this crotch piece in the wrong position, don't I? And bring it back like that. There, now it's all connecting. There's that. Bring this flush like that. Bring the scorpion legs up like so. Again, where'd they all go? Bring this here, plug it on like so. Then you take these cannons and put them back on the shoulders. Come on, get in there. There we go. And then the last two cannons go here, like so. Oh my god. And like so. And now we have him in his cube mode. So yeah, definitely took me a minute to get there, but I remembered. Probably should have just checked like I did with the city mode. Still giving me trouble though. Why won't you just tab in? Oh, so now you're just gonna untap from both sides. Okay. Okay. I want you work. There. There, good enough. So there's that. And I don't really have a good cube comparison. Oh, I do have this Mothra egg. So there's that. I should have grabbed one of the Beast Box figures or something. But yeah, there is how he stacks up there. And just again, here he is with Metroplex, the other cube one. I still want to get their Triptychon, so, but haven't been able to get a hold of it yet. But yeah, overall, I do like this figure. It is a nice little desk-sized Titan, so that's pretty neat. And I actually got Metroplex like a couple weeks after because they had one come back in stock. They do have the toy repaint of Metroplex coming out soon, so if you missed out on that, you can still get it. I wanted the original like cartoon colors, so when I saw it pop up, I canceled my pre-order and bought that one instead. But yeah, he is much more cohesive as the cube because everything he has less parts to work with and a lot less parts forming. Because with Metroplex, he has 6-gun and then the little car dude I don't remember, and then he also has Slammer. So he has a lot more parts to deal with. So the cube is actually a lot more. It's less stressful on him. But honestly, I like the Scorpion and the robot modes the best. So that's primarily what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, if you can get these from like Show Z or TF Safari where they're like $40, I think they're worth it. But a lot of North American, or yeah, pretty much just North American shops are charging like $60 for these guys, and they are not worth that. Like $40 is the absolute most I would pay for these guys. And don't get me wrong, they're fun. It's just I don't think they're worth nearly that much. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, I do like this figure. I do recommend him. He does have a lot of play value, especially for those who like the city modes and stuff. That's not really my cup of tea, but I know some people really enjoy them. So yeah, I think I'll just leave it at that. And I think I'll go ahead and wrap up this review. And this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.